Morning everyone, welcome back again. Another new day here on the 37 Plymouth project. Going to work on some small stuff. The rear rumble seat mounts that get welded to the new floor I just finished. So we'll get that started. I'm waiting for delivery of a couple of sheets of steel so that I can get started on those inner fender welds, but they're not going to be here till tomorrow. So I'll just show you what I'm doing. So we've got the old rotten piece of floor here, and those two pieces there are the mounts for the rumble seat at the rear. Why they put speed holes in them, I don't know. I'm going to attempt to do the same thing, and I'm not quite sure why they left a gap in the center other than the sending unit cover is right there. So I'm going to make that in one piece. I believe it's going to be a lot stronger for the floor. And then I'm just going to eliminate one hole on the backside and trim that out so that the cover will still go on there. So over here I have the piece of steel all laid out. I've got my bends marked where everything's got to be bent. I've got the two rows of holes. That was tough to say. I've got pilot holes drilled, and now I'm going to spend an hour in the drill press with an 1 3/4 hole saw making all of these speed holes and then dressing up the edges. Okay, I had to get really creative getting these bends into this seat brace. My brake didn't have enough clearance to come over the top, so I had to take the center support out. And then I ran it into the tubing guide that supports the upper brace. Put a little wow in it, but I'm hoping I can get that straightened out with the shrinker stretcher. And then getting the last two bends in is pretty tricky, but once again, the I-beam is the key. You need a chunk of I-beam. Wish mine was about 6 inches longer. Okay everyone, we're back again. Another Sunday here. I got this cross piece in the rear mount for the rumble seat. I got the two front ones in. Everything's completed on the floors. And I decided to jump ahead a little bit and try fitting the rumble seat hatch before I got started on those inner fenders, and it's kind of changed my approach here a little bit. I'll just show you. Just close this. So when I tried to fit this thing, as I had shown in a previous video, this side was way down, and it's still down a little bit. But the other thing I found was there was a big dent right up top here, and it was pushed down almost 3/4 of an inch. So I had to put some bridging in on the floor. I used a bunch of 4x6s and 6x6s, and I jacked that up and got a really nice fit across the top there now. It fits pretty good down the sides, a little bit tight in that corner, and I had to get this pushed way out for this to even be able to close. I had to keep prying this out. I had to adjust the hinges on that quite a bit. There's 3 bolts on each side where the hinge meets, and it gives it lots of adjustment. So once I got into the back here and started pounding on this, I found I've never seen anybody do anything like this. I guess it happens out there, but they never pounded any of the dent out. They just filled everything full of Bondo and lead. And I've been chiseling away here. The more I keep pounding the dents out, the more the stuff cracks and the easier it is to get off. So I'm going to continue shaping this, trying to get the shape back, because if I can get this piece of steel back to the shape it was supposed to be, and just have to do a few minor rust repairs like this area here. There's a spot here on both sides that's all cracked, and I'm sure that's stress cracks from this being buckled. I can cut that out and put a new piece in. I think it's going to save me a whole whack of time and hurt, because I really don't have the tooling. My English wheel's pretty small to try and make a piece like this, so I'm going to just keep beating away on this, chiseling off all of the Bondo as I go. I can give it a good sand, and then we can see where we're at. The other good thing that happened is a fellow club member in our car club, the Accelerators, he's got a 37 Plymouth coupe. It's kind of a hot rod. It's got 24-inch wide rubber on the back. But he had this brand new roll pan and outer pieces. He's allowed me to use it to make a pattern. So I know that the bottom end on this is completely pooched, but now I have a proper pattern. I can make a new one and use that one to get everything to fit properly, and it should make my life a whole bunch easier. And I'll get you guys to chime in here. I'm almost thinking it's going to be better to finish this back end and make sure everything fits at the back before I start on the inner fenders. If I make the inner fenders and weld them in, it could stop the back end from going where it's supposed to go. Let me know what you think, and I'm going to keep bashing away on this steel and see if I can get it to more the proper shape it's supposed to be in. Kind of reminds me of a Fat Bottom Girl, as sung by Queen. Anyhow, spent probably 2 hours yesterday. I got the torch and melted out all of the lead. Horrible job. I'm not sure if it was from the factory or what. I got this pushed out into really good shape. It really needs a lot of planishing. It's all full of little ripples and dents. I've got the deck lid fitting really well. In this spot here, they actually leaded right over all of the cracks and everything. So I've got to, like I said, I got to make a piece to fill this in. Looks like I might have to go all the way up to there. I bet you there was 2 pounds of lead that I took off the back end of this thing. You can see how deep this is. That was full level with lead. I can't believe how somebody just hacked this together. So anyhow, I'm going to carry on trying to get this all straightened out. I'm going to build the 3 braces that go inside that hold this deck lid up where it's supposed to be. I'm only going to screw them in just in case I have to do some final adjustments. And I'm going to carry on, get this all planished out, and then I'll wait to hear from you guys, see what you think about my plan here. So anyhow, this is going to be a little bit shorter video than the last ones, and we can go from there. Anyhow guys, thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you on the next one here. Thanks a bunch.